Hey guys, welcome to this Let's Play of Mass Effect 1. So, the plan is to actually play all three parts, so Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and by the time Andromeda, the fourth part, comes out, we will be able to jump right in. So, I have played Mass Effect all three parts a couple of times now, and I know it pretty well. But still, every time I play it, there's always something new, something fun to explore, and something that I haven't encountered the last time I played. There's so many dialogues, so many encounters, fun little things that you usually miss when you play it like the first time or even the first times. So this is why I want to actually play it with you and show you maybe a few. I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but show you at least, some things that you usually miss, and um, maybe show you Mass Effect from a little bit of different side that you don't get to see when you watch like blind playthroughs, I guess, if that makes sense. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy it. I hope you'll have fun, and let's begin.
Hey guys. So, um, yes, we are in the menu of Mass Effect. So, I hope everything is gonna work out. I'm just gonna say that this setup right now is temporary, or let's put it this way. I don't know. I'm just still trying different settings out, different places, lights, lighting, etc. So yeah, I just want to see how everything works out. This setup right now is temporary, so just so you know, this is not how it's going to be in the future, but whatever. I think this can work out. Sorry if my laptop seems a little bit loud. Yes, I'm playing on a laptop. It's a gaming laptop, but the cooling system is so damn loud. It's crazy. So yeah, I'd say let's begin. So we're gonna start a new career. I muted the background so that you can actually hear me a little better. So as I said, we're gonna go through everything and just watch the fun parts of Mass Effect. We're gonna enter new ID. Of course, it's going to be a custom female. This is probably the hardest decision in any game, choosing the name. So, toughest decision. What are we gonna call it? We're gonna call her Melissa, in honor of Commander Melissa Lewis from The Martian. I think it's cool that they actually chose a female commander. So, yes, we're gonna be Melissa Shepard. Whatever. Data corruption. Alright. Okay. The pre-service, you have like two things that you have to choose from to where you sort of like say what Shepard was before you actually start to play her. So the history, you get three choices. The history is obviously the history, and it's either the spacer, where your parents were both in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations, blah blah blah. Following your parents' footsteps, you enlisted in the age of 18. So you were sort of like a military kid all alone. And your mother is still alive in this history, so something to consider. Then we've got the colonist. You were born and raised on Mindwar, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. And when you were 16, slavers raided Mindwar, slaughtering your family and friends. So a very dramatic history. You're sort of like haunted by the ghosts of the past. And Earthborn is you're an orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolises covering Earth. So you escaped life of petty crime and underworld gangs. So you were probably like a small criminal before you actually became Shepard. So yeah, so you've got like the three things you can choose from: either your parents are alive, military kid, or petty criminal, or very dramatic history. And I'm probably gonna go with the very dramatic history, because why not? And the psychological profile is, again, a thing that you can choose before you actually start playing with her. Heads up, the game of Mass Effect, or let's put it this way, your Shepard is going to, you are going to choose one of three paths for Shepard. You're going to choose one of three paths for Shepard. So it's going to be either Paragon, Renegade, or something in the middle. Paragade, Renegon, something like that. So the thing is, the Paragon is sort of like the ultimate hero, the who saves everybody and everybody loves you. You're always diplomatic and everything like that. The Renegade is ruthless bastard, who doesn't care about consequences, is an ass to everybody and everything, but gets the job done. And of course, the middle path is kind of Renegade, kind of Paragon, whatever. But that's just like how you're gonna play out your Shepard when you actually start the game. And the psychological profile is kind of like the same, where you choose what path your Shepard has gone before that. So as you can see, we have the sole survivor. What does it say? During your service, a mission went horribly wrong. You were trapped in an extreme survival situation. You had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. So this is kind of neutral, and again, very dramatic past. Yeah. Then we've got the war heroes. So early in the career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeated the enemy despite the impossible odds. So your bravery and heroism. As it says, war hero, boring. You're like the ultimate hero, whatever. But if you like it, sure. But as you can see, this is already sort of like the Paragon. It already says, it already has Paragon written all over it. And ruthless is throughout your military career, you have you have one basic rule: get the job done. You're cold, calculating, and brutal. A ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary on you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. So again, ruthless, it already says it in the name. That's probably like the renegade path. So, but just so you know, you can always you can choose ruthless, for example. Say your Shepard was ruthless before, and afterwards throughout the game, you're actually going to go the Paragon path, or like war hero and choose the renegade. So it really doesn't. It has absolutely no effect on what you're gonna play afterwards. It just whatever you choose is gonna come out in some dialogues, for example, or various missions. You've got I think you're gonna get one mission that is actually true to your psychological profile or your history, but it really doesn't matter whatever you choose. So you can choose something here, and then still absolutely doesn't matter what path you choose beyond that. So when you start playing the game, so I am going to choose what I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna go for Soul Survivor. And you know what? I'm probably gonna go with Colonist Earthborn. I don't know. Maybe Earthborn? No, I'm gonna go with Colonist. And I'm probably gonna go with, I don't know. Who cares? Soul Survivor? Yes. So, broken. My Shepard's gonna be broken on the inside. The military specialization, these are like your classes. So you've got 6 classes in Mass Effect, and let me just quickly run you through. You have your 3 base classes, so it's the Soldier, Engineer, and the Adept, and you've got your mixed classes, Infiltrator, Sentinel, and Vanguard. So throughout the game, you can have. I'm just going to talk about Mass Effect 1 right now. So you have light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor. Then you've got various weapons, which is pistols, shotguns, sniper rifles, and assault rifles. And beginning from Mass Effect 2, you're also going to get SMGs. And you've got your powers, so they're either biotic or tech powers, or none. And so the soldier is sort of like your tank, your warrior. The soldier can equip heavy armor, and he can use all weapons, which is really neat, but he doesn't have any powers. So no biotic powers, no tech powers, which kind of sucks. Then the adept is sort of like your mage. You can see him as a mage because he has like these. He can, make people float and throw them away or around, and which you can sort of like see as magic powers. But he can only have light armor and only use pistols. So he is rather squishy, but again, he has like these biotic powers, which are cool. And the engineer is sort of like your rogue, I guess. But instead of, wielding dual weapons, he hacks synthetics or overloads shields or stuff like that. Again, only light armor and only pistols. But tech powers. So those 3 are your base classes. And then the infiltrator is a mixture of the soldier and the engineer. He can equip medium armor and use pistols and sniper rifles, which is cool. So he also, and of course he's got some tech powers, not the same amount as the engineer does, but a few. Then the Sentinel is a mix of adept and engineer. He is only light armor and pistols, but he has some tech powers, some biotic powers. And the Vanguard is your mix of adept and soldier. So he can also equip medium armor, and he has shotguns, pistols and shotguns. And of course the Vanguard's got a few biotic powers. Now, this is just what I've told you, just is for Mass Effect 1. Because in Mass Effect 1, you have like your basic range of powers, and each of the classes has some of these powers. So the Adept has a few of the whole range of biotic powers, then the Sentinel only gets a few of these, etc. But it really doesn't matter that much what you pick, because as I said, they always have you always have the same powers, and just depends what powers you have and which ones you don't. Only beginning from Mass Effect 2 and of course 3, the classes begin to be more diverse. So the Adept gets powers that the other specializations don't get at all, or the Infiltrator, so which are like exclusive to this one class. So, and that becomes a little bit more interesting. Beginning from Mass Effect 2, the soldier, I don't know if he gets like anything really super special, he can sort of, he has this power which makes, sort of slows down the time, so you can really focus and concentrate. I think it's called focus and concentrate, and it's just basically it slows down time. Well, yeah. The engineer, he gets drones, so he can make like attack drones and defense drones. I think that's the exclusive power. Adept has singularity, which makes people float around, and the infiltrator gets like the invisibility cloak, which is really neat because you can get out of like really bad situations from time to time. Then the Sentinel sort of gets like a shield, which gives you some damage control, and the Vanguard gets biotic charge, where you basically he charges into enemies and then you can just finish them off with a shotgun, which is really fun. So, but as I said, in Mass Effect 1, you don't have anything exclusive to your class. So, and a heads up, you can always change your class in the beginning of every game. So you can change your class in Mass Effect 2 and 3. So if you don't like the class that you picked, you can always, when Mass Effect 2 starts, you can always choose another class. So you don't have that pressure of choosing the right class. But for those of you who like think, well, story-wise, what the hell? Why my Shepard was like a soldier and didn't have anything? Why the hell does he suddenly get like biotic powers if you choose it that later on? So if story-wise it doesn't make sense for you to choose another class, then I'd probably say pick wisely. But other than that, you can always choose one thing. If you don't like it, pick the next in Mass Effect 2, and then pick another one in Mass Effect 3. So, just from my experience I've tried all of them, all of the classes, and I have a few favorites and a few that I don't enjoy that much. So, as I said, it's just gonna be my personal opinion. I'm sure many of you will, think probably differently, and that's fine. The soldier, I don't enjoy the soldier is really fun to play in Mass Effect 1 because, as I said, you get all the weapons and you have heavy armor. But yeah, the soldier is fun. But in Mass Effect 2 and 3, where the other classes get more fun because they're like more diverse, the soldier is kind of gets boring because while the others get like these biotic powers or anything, your soldier doesn't have any real cool powers. Let's put it this way. So I think the soldier is really fun in Mass Effect 1, but later on, yeah, not a fan of him. Then the engineer is probably my least favorite class. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. I don't think the tech powers are really that cool. I mean, yeah, they're kind of fun. You can incinerate guys or freeze them in beginning from Mass Effect 2, so not in 1. In 1, but you don't get that many synthetic enemies in Mass Effect 2 and 3, so the biotic powers are like more universal. You can lift a synthetic and an organic, but the engineer can only hack synthetics. So, which makes the adept, for example, more universal. And the engineer's got like your drones and things. I don't know. I think he's okay, but he's not my favorite. Then the adept, I really like the adept, but especially in Mass Effect 3. In Mass Effect 1, I don't know, he's okay, I guess. But yeah, I do like adept, but he's really fun to play with in Mass Effect 3, probably. It's my most favorite part for the adept because you have like your biotic explosions. And the Infiltrator was the class that I started off with in my first game, and it's probably still my favorite class of all. I love using the sniper rifle, and the cloak is really neat in Mass Effect 2 and 3, so I like the Infiltrator, but I miss the biotic powers with him. Sentinel, not my favorite. You've got like a few biotic powers, a few tech powers. Yeah, I've got the nice shields. The Sentinel, he's okay, I guess. Not my favorite. And the Vanguard is super fun to play with, beginning from Mass Effect 2 and 3, because yeah, he's just really fun. So probably my least favorites are Soldier, Engineer, and Sentinel. My most favorite are Adept, Infiltrator, and Vanguard. But as I said again, that's just my opinion. I'm sure a few of you will disagree. That's fine, that's good. And I am gonna go with the Vanguard. Okay, these bonus talents, that's something that you probably won't have in the beginning of your first playthrough. These are when you complete a game and you actually achieve achievements, then you can unlock bonus talents here. So you're not gonna have it in your first playthrough, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna go with the sniper rifles. So I have shotgun, pistols, and sniper rifles. And of course I'm gonna change the appearance. And I'm gonna do this real quick. So I've got my little cheat sheet right here with my perfect Shepard. And for me, my Shepard is the only Shepard that I approve of. Giving her massive lips. I think both of these are actually pretty nice. But we're gonna go with this one. And makeup. Most important thing. Okay, so now we've got our Shepard, the colonist, soul survivor, vanguard, and who has a knack for sniper rifles. So I'm gonna try not to speak in cutscenes. And I'd say let's go. Confirm.
Identification confirmed.
Okay, so we're gonna play on veteran, not on normal, just because. Target assist high, defense only off. Up, yes,